Cheap Not Broke fam, what's going on? Happy holidays. Welcome back. I hope you had a happy holiday. Hope you ate a lot. Hope you're back in the gym working that stuff off because it'll have you down. You can put on 10 pounds at Thanksgiving and it'll stick with you forever. Anyway, thank you for coming back to the channel. I hope you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It is all very much appreciated. We thank you. And tonight's show, the top. Now, what was I thinking about? It looks like I'm about to cry on the picture, but no, it's not about that. It's just a regular conversation. Usually have all the articles and stuff, but no, we're just going to talk about money and your feelings and how does the money make you feel or not, lack of. How does it make you feel? Because money does evoke some type of emotions in you. Now, me personally speaking, not having money, yes, it makes you feel some type of way. Having money, not knowing what to do with it can make you feel some type of way. So, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of people have an emotional connection with money with their childhood. Back to, they might have had some struggles with money as a child, or you had a lot of money as a child, or, your parents worked a lot. So, you just might have some misunderstandings about money, and it kind of rolls over into adulthood about how you feel about these things and your feelings about money. And a lot, whether, based off culture, a lot of different things. There's a lot of different factors that play into why people have certain feelings about money and why does it invoke those type of feelings. Of course, everybody thinks when you get money, it buys happiness. Money buys stuff. It doesn't buy happiness. You can buy some things to make you happy, but that possession alone doesn't make you happy. I always say, if you had, $100 million, but you couldn't spend it on nobody but yourself, how happy would you be? Let's say you got kids, a wife, mom, dad, sister, girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever the case. You have all this money, but you can't spend it on anybody. I think that would not be good. That would suck. That would really be depressing to have all that money, can't spend on anybody else. So people, the whole thing about having money and evoking your emotions is a real thing. We live in a society where, not having a certain amount of money, not being able to do certain things, makes certain people feel a certain way. Makes them feel less than. Now, some people don't care about this stuff at all, but we can't deny that some people do care about it, and it really affects how you feel about money and what it does, because a lot of what we do out here is spend money to make ourselves feel good. Half of the stuff we buy outside of paying your bills, your utilities, buying food, even food, yep, that's in the category too. A lot of things that people spend money on is to make themselves feel better. For example, when you spend money on food, you might go out to a nice restaurant, fine dining. A lot of people spend a lot of money when they're upset at work and they're just having a crappy day. They go out and buy themselves something to eat, go spend, money on a nice lunch, a bigger lunch than you normally would, because, buying food cheers you up. It makes you feel better. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a real thing. Buying food makes you feel better about yourself. Buying clothes, going, just buy yourself a little something. It makes you feel better. Some people don't. Some people go take a walk. Some people do all kind of stuff. But there's a large majority of people who do different things, spend money to make themselves feel better. And that's what society tells you. If you don't have this, something's wrong with you. If you don't have if you don't have these clothes, if you don't have these clothes, you don't have these shoes, you don't have this hat, you don't have this bag, this watch, this car, you don't live in this neighborhood, something wrong with you. That's not true. That's not true. A lot of times people are not taught about how to feel about money. Money's logical. Money is numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it continues on. It's just adding and subtracting. It's logical. But when you want to buy something, or the holidays, I did spoke about this in a couple videos ago. The holidays is one of the worst times to not have money, because you feel like if you can't buy something for somebody, you don't make them feel good about themselves. And that's not true. If you can't buy somebody a gift, or if you can't get them something, that doesn't make you feel, a bad person. But sometimes it'll make you feel bad because that's what you see on TV, in the movies, and on TV shows. Everybody's buying somebody something to show how they feel. But the most important thing really about it is all this time. Because if you don't have any time, if you have all the money, but you don't have time to spend it, and you don't have time to spend it on the people you want to spend it on, then what good is it? Otherwise, you're just paying your bills. So, whether you got a hobby or something, you paint, you racing cars, something like that. Money, you got to have the money to do it, and you got to have the time. But more important than money is time, because if you have no time, you have no money. They go hand in hand. They're very important. They go really hand in hand. It's important. They're just two things that just is an intricate relationship between time and money, and emotion, and emotion. Well, one of the things about me, personal story about me is, I would always feel like I would like to hold on to all my money because I feel like I'm not gonna make any more, because it's hard to find a job. When you lose a job and it takes you like a couple weeks or a couple months to find the next one, it makes you feel differently about money. You view it different. So you kind of hoard it. You don't want to just spend money like that. You want to hold on to it to make sure you have enough. Or you have a situation where, I remember in college, my lights got cut off. My lights got cut off in college, and I had to figure out how to pay them. And I did pay them. It took all my money. I had to spend all the money I had at the time on getting my lights cut back on. And it was a really crappy situation. But I did learn from this that, hey, I need to make sure I pay all my bills before I go party. And it doesn't feel good having to spend your last bit of money on something that you don't want to. Now, I already used the lights. I used the lights for an entire month, and I have a problem paying for it. That was me. I was the problem. But that's here nor there. It just becomes a whole thing to try to separate your money from your emotions. It's a whole thing, especially when you got like kids. You want to give your kids the best. You want to make sure they're getting the best out there. You don't want to give them less than. And sometimes if you can't, I'm sure it'll make you feel a certain type of way. Some people it does, some people it doesn't. But we're speaking about the people you don't. If you don't feel any type of way about money anytime, good for you. But other people, there's a lot of people who do. I'm one of them. Now, when I don't have money, when I don't have something, does it make me sad or upset? No, it doesn't. I just got to figure out a way to make more money, or figure out another way to make sure I keep some money, take care of what I got to take care of. But me sitting around being sad and upset about it is not gonna work. They're never gonna work. You can't sit around and be upset because you don't have any money. You just got to figure it out, figure out how you're gonna make some more. Or when you got to purchase, you want to buy something. One of the things I like to do is walk around the store with it for a little bit. Like, let me see if I really, really want this. Look at the price tag. Just give yourself some time. Because sometimes I would buy stuff. I would want things that cost a lot of money. And I would walk around the store a few times like, all right, do I really want this? Do I really need this? The answer is no. I really don't need this. But hey, that's what they'll tell you. That's what they'll make you feel. And that's how it goes. This whole money and emotion thing, especially when you just can't do it. Society tries to make you feel really bad. Like something's wrong with you. Like you're a bad person, which is not true. If you can't do something, that's okay. You just got to wait till you get back on track. Or if you can't do something, maybe you don't even really want to do it. Going out with friends all the time, that stuff adds up. All the drinks, all the food. But you shouldn't feel bad if you can't go. Now, as time goes on, you get a little older in life. You don't really care about that stuff. But when you're young, you do. You want to be able to participate in everything. You don't want to miss out on nothing. And it all costs money. And if you can't go, dang, it sucks. Even when you're back in grade school, you don't have money, but you don't want to go back to school with no new clothes. That's your parents having to buy that stuff. But as you get in high school, you got to buy your own school clothes. I had to start buying my school clothes in probably like ninth grade. I started buying my own school clothes. But my senior year, I didn't buy any school clothes. I said, I don't care, because it was my last year high school. I was playing football, trying to get a scholarship. It didn't matter. I said, man, who cares how I look? Long as I'm producing on the football field and I get my scholarship, that's all I care about. I don't care how I look. And that year, I got a car my junior year. So my senior year, I had to take care of that stuff. My parents weren't buying me clothes because they were already paying my car insurance. They're like, you're not about to pay for all that. So, hey, I had to, sacrifice, but it wasn't important to me. I was removed. I was removed from having that feeling of having to go to school, looking nice, having those new school clothes, and needing to show out in front of everybody. I was removed from that, and that's probably when I became cheap, not broke. I'm like, hey, look, man, I don't need that. I got the football team, they gave us some shirts, and we got some gym shorts. I wore that, and I got me 2 pair of shoes. That was it. But I didn't buy any school clothes. I'm like, I just don't need them. I don't need them this year. I'll get them back. I'll get them on the flip side, but not right now. Anyway, we're going to go right back. We're going to go to break. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back. What's up, people? Thank you for tuning back into my channel. I got some new merch for you. I got hats, I got mugs, and I got the new Cheap Not Broke shirt with the patch on them. This stuff is official. I got it hot off the press, sewn on just for you. I got black, red, and white. Head over to cheapnotbroke.com and grab your merch. Head over to cheapnotbroke.com and grab all your Christmas merchandise. We got a Black Friday sale. I'm gonna do Black Friday next Friday because I forgot. Just got so much going on. But if you do want to get anything, you want a promo code, hit me up. I'll give you a promo code. If you're subscribed and you like my page, you watch this video, hit me on Instagram at Cheap Not Broke, and I will send you the promo code to get you some money off of the stuff on cheapnotbroke.com. Money and emotions. The lack of money will drive you crazy. The lack of understanding about money will drive you crazy. It's just not knowing. It's just not, excuse me. It's just not knowing about the money and understanding it is really the biggest problem about it. Because once you understand and learn money, because I work in accounting, that's my profession. I work in finance and accounting, corporate. So, money, I separate my emotions from money. But when it's my money and things I need to buy and things I need to pay for, it gets kind of hard. Kind of like when you're in a relationship, you want to, your lady or your guy wants you to do some stuff financially that you don't feel like you should do or you want to do. It can be tough. You feel like you're making decisions financially that you shouldn't because you're being coerced or you're being peer pressured by somebody else. That's some of the worst feelings that you can have. Spending money off of peer pressure, spending money because somebody else wants you to spend the money, or you'll feel bad, or they're going to view you a certain way. Forget that. Don't worry about that. It's your money. It's your time. You got to work for that. Don't let nobody make you feel no type of way about some money that you don't want to spend. It's your money, and you do what you want to do with it. Never, ever let anybody make you feel some type of way about spending money because they're not coming to work for you and they're not giving you any money. Now, if you want to put me in a better position where I can make more money, then we'll talk because now I can afford to do this and still live the life I want to live. But don't have people out here robbing you, making you feel bad, making you feel some type of way because you can't spend the money and afford to spend how they want you to spend or give them the money that give them the money that they want you to give them. That is not cheap, not broke. That is broke. And we do not do broke on this channel. That is not what we do. Now, in other news, before we do, I did want to show this. I do got a quick article about money and emotions. We got to take a look at it because it kind of shows and discusses why are people so emotional with their money? Why do people make the decisions that they make about money? Let's take a look at it. Why are we so emotional about money? Where's the part I wanted to discuss? Here you go. I find that the feelings of money elix in me are mostly negative, and this is true for many of my peers. For example, I have student loan that I've been repaying for the last 5 years. Even though the loan paid for my college education, I still feel shameful and guilt when I think about my debt. Rationally, I know getting a degree was a good decision, but it doesn't feel good anymore. I feel anxious when I look at what I'm earning versus how much I'm saving and investing. How do I get out of this negative cycle? That's the real thing. I felt the same type of way. I got student loans and, trying to pay them back and have a salary to pay them back was tough. It was difficult. It was like, dang, man, I'm barely making any money. They're calling me all the time, wanting me to pay this stuff back. It was kind of hard to figure it out. But I did figure it out. And, with the college degree, I make a lot more money than I would make without one. It just, it's attacking the debt. A lot of people don't want to pay the debt. You got to attack the debt. You got to get on top of it, have a set amount that you're going to pay. Oh, well over the minimum balance. You got to pay well over that. And you got to get on track and start paying it and chopping that debt down like you're chopping down the apple tree. Just keep chopping. You got to chop it down. You get the point. But you got to keep chopping that debt down. And whatever the things that you're doing, you're trying to buy a house, or if you feel like you got a house, you want to downgrade and you feel like, oh, everybody's going to look at you crazy. You do what you got to do. That's your business. It's your money. It's your time. Don't let other people judge you and make you feel some type of way because they're not sitting with you talking about their finances. They're just as insecure as you are. They just happen to say stuff to you and put it on you because they don't want to deal with their own shit. Yes, they don't want to deal with their own poop. Shit, that's what I said. You get what I'm saying. But listen, don't do that. Do not let money and your emotions drive you crazy. You got to understand and learn money, and then you can manage your emotions. Then you can manage them separately. You manage your money logically, and you can manage your emotions logically as well. That's how you do it. Easier said than done, but there's a lot of books out there that teach you how to do this. Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. List goes on, but there's a lot of list of books out there that you can read that'll help you figure this stuff out. But the last thing you want to do is be making money, a lot of money, and feeling some type of way, letting it drive you crazy, having you feeling upset, feeling bad, or whatever the case. Because even family will have you feeling like that. Family will ask you for money, want you to give them some money, want you to pay, or whatever the case, and make you feel bad because you can't do it. Don't do it. Count your dollars and forget those feelings. That's how you do it. Thank you all for tuning in. It's a short show tonight. Talk about money and emotions. Shout out to my one viewer. Appreciate you tuning in. And we're going to be back Wednesday night. Well, we're going to be back this week because I don't want to say Wednesday night. And then we're going to be back this week with another show. Definitely on Thursday. So Mondays and Thursdays for sure. Trying to get it going on Wednesdays. But until then, we're going to keep it pushing. Like I said, go to cheapnotbroke.com. Go grab some merch. Also go to cheapnotbroke.com and go check out my comedy special, Who is Malcolm? You will enjoy it very Los Globos. I think it's at Los Globos in Los Angeles, but I'll be putting the flyer out for that so you can come out and see me do some comedy. Tomorrow, I got a set dropping tomorrow, 14-minute set, 15-minute set. So look out for that coming out on YouTube. You can check me out doing some stand-up comedy. So, figure, I'm putting out just 30-second clips, but I don't put out a whole set so everybody can watch that. Check that out for me tomorrow. Got a new episode of the Cheap Champ Podcast coming out on Thursday with comedian Ronnie Raw. Real good stuff, real funny stuff. You're going to enjoy it. Great advice. Yes, appreciate it. E, what's up? Shout out to my man E. Yo, E, man, I got some comedy coming tomorrow, man. I know you always appreciate jump on my check out my stand-up. So man, I got a full set coming for you tomorrow. Love to hear what you think about it, man. But yeah, good. Thank you, man. Can't wait to watch the set. Yes, I can't wait for you to watch the set neither, man. Got some good stuff coming. Yeah, I've been putting up the clips. But now I got to put up the whole set. And I'm about to start putting up more sets because, hey, I'm trying to get into clubs, trying to get out around this whole country so people can come see me. But as far as the whole money and emotions, man, I tell you another thing. Not having money and being in a relationship, it can really get tough. You always want to do some nice things for your lady. And if you have a lady that likes to live a certain lifestyle, she likes certain type of clothes, likes to do certain type of things, and you don't have the money to pay for it, it can get stressful and it can kind of wear on you emotionally. You can kind of, you don't want to put your value as a person in how much you make. A lot of people do that. They value who they are as a human being based off of how much money you make. Well, how much money you make goes up and down and changes so that you can't change you can't change how you value yourself based off of the dollars. All the dollars do is allow you to live a comfortable life. It allows you to have a place to stay, food to eat. It just allows you to do shit. That's all money does. It just allows you to do stuff, but it doesn't make you who you are, and it's not going to really change anything. It's just like they say, money just amplifies who you are, amplifies who you already are. It doesn't change anything. Not one thing. It just changes what you can do and how you can do those things. Have those early convos early in the relationship and get on the same page. Yes, you do got to have those conversations early and get on the same page because like I said, you got to have money to be in a relationship. You can't be in a relationship with somebody out here broke. It's really, really tough. I used to be on the apps when I was out here trying to date. You have people out here unemployed, and they would put it in this description. Hey, looking for love, live here in Los Angeles, such and such, currently unemployed. Like, damn, but they will be attractive. So if you still look good, if you're a girl, especially, guys still going to holler at you and talk to you. Now, if you're a dude, you better not put your unemployed up there. You might as well put that you might as well not be on the app. You might as well not be up there saying you don't have a job. Good luck. You're not gonna find no girls with no job. Trust me, it's not happening. But ladies, some of these girls, they look really pretty, and the guy got the money, he'll pay for it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll find you a job. You don't even need a job. I'll take care of you. Whole nother thing. If you're not that guy that wants to spend all the money and you feel like you can take care of a woman, then you need to figure out what kind of girl you can date, or also figure out what kind of money you're willing to spend, because it costs money. It costs money. It's wild. Yes, it's wild out here. It's the wild, wild west, especially living out here in Los Angeles. These women want you to have all this money because you got you got professional athletes, basketball, football, hockey. You got actors. You got comedians. You got everybody in entertainment. You got just people who do well in business. Everybody's out here making a lot of money. But that doesn't mean everybody's out here looking for that. Every woman's not out here looking for a guy making all that kind of money. But she's damn sure not looking for somebody making less than her. And she's not looking for somebody that's broke. So I wouldn't even get involved with any women if you don't have any money as a guy. You need to figure it out, get yourself together, and figure that out. But don't try to entertain no woman broke. She's gonna want to go out and do something, and you got to be able to pay for it. Yes. Now you might find a girl that'll take care of you, but that's not gonna last. That's not gonna last. I've had women that bought me stuff, looked out for me, but they didn't take care of me. Like I could quit my job, and if it's different. If your lady loses her job, she can probably come stay with you, get back on her feet. You lose your job, I mean, yeah, she should let you come stay with you, but you're not gonna be able to stay with her as long as you would let her stay with you. Definitely not happening. Definitely not happening. So money and emotions, like I said, the holidays are coming up. It's really important. Don't let not having money affect, your relationship with people. If somebody didn't get you a gift or something like that, just be considerate. Consider they might be going through a tough time. They might have some other things on their plate. So, it's not about what you receive. It's about what you give. It's a whole nother thing. Dinner is expensive, man. Listen, dinner is super expensive nowadays. But here's the thing about the dinner. Dinner is expensive, true, but dinner gets out of pocket when you start buying alcohol. So I'm for one, I don't buy alcohol. I'm not paying for the alcohol. I'll pay for the food, I'll pay for the appetizers, I'll pay for all that, but I'm not buying the liquor. The liquor is where the bill gets high because you can have 2 drinks, $17. We're at $34 a piece. And we're paying $50 a plate. So we're all at $134. Ugh. And the food may not be great. That's how you can go to Chili's and run up your bill. All because the alcohol is the most expensive thing when you're on a date. That's what you're paying for, the alcohol. The food, you got to eat, we got to eat, but you don't have to drink. You can go drink on your own dime. If you're going to get a bottle of wine or something like that, cool. But a lot of restaurants where they sell good food, it's not the best price alcohol anyway. You should probably go to a bar where they just sell good drinks or a nice atmosphere, because, she may not want to go to a bar, but you want to go to a nice atmosphere where they sell reasonably cost drinks, because a lot of times these restaurants, their food is cheap. So they mark up the alcohol a lot to make up the money, to make revenue for those bills. So that's a whole thing. The drinks is how a lot of places make their money. That's why, like at these comedy shows, when I go do comedy shows, they require the audience to buy 2 drinks. It's a 2-drink minimum. You got to buy 2 drinks plus the ticket. So on average at a comedy club, if the ticket's $30, drinks are 2 drinks minimum, and you bring your girl, let's say $17. That's 2 of those. That's 34 times 2. We're at 68. So you're at 68. Yeah, comedy. That's a great point. The drinks are expensive, and mostly juice. Oh man, they're mostly juice. You know what? I stopped buying mixed drinks out. I get whatever I get out. If I get a drink while I'm out, I get it straight. Give it to me neat on the rocks, but don't mix anything with it, because you're right, E. They do hustle you. It's mostly like soda, and you see them doing it. I'm like, damn, you gonna put some more alcohol in there? Now, I like going to the bars where they don't, they have the little thimble where they, they measure it, then they pour it in. I like going to bars where they just pour it in. They don't care about that. They be having a conversation. They have, say, man, how's your day going? Everything going good? How's your wife, your kids? Yeah. Oh, you don't have wife, your kids. They just pouring a drink up, just talking to you. That's what I like. I like going to those bars where they just pour it up, talk to you, and they don't even give a damn. Those are my favorite type of bars. But anyway, money and emotions. Be careful. Manage your money and your emotions out here this holiday season. Don't have people making you feel bad because you don't have money. Don't have people making you feel bad because you can't do something for them. If they really want it, they really want something from you, and they, judge you because you can't do something. Well, if they're not willing to have a conversation with you and figure out what's going on, and especially put you in a position to help you, well, then I don't know. You gotta evaluate that relationship. I'm not gonna say quit the friendship or the family, because if it's a family member, you might feel the same type of way. Just evaluate the relationship, because it all shouldn't come down to money. How a person values you, how you value yourself, what you think about yourself should not boil down to how many dollars you got. That's why we cheap, not broke. Because I tell you all the things you need to do so you don't have to spend all your money, and you don't have to put all your value in the money that you're trying to spend out here. I appreciate you tuning in with me, man. I appreciate you rocking with me. Check out that set. Let me know what you think about it, man. I always appreciate your feedback. It's very much appreciated. Everyone else, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been Cheap Not Broke. We'll be back this week, Thursday. We might do a special show Wednesday. Let you know I'm back on my time zone. I was on the East Coast, but now I'm back. So we're back here kicking it, having a good time, managing money and emotions. Stay safe. I'll see you Wednesday. Take care.